Gladiator 2 yet?
No.
Are you not entertained, Nuggets fans? I mean, that was unfathomable what we witnessed tonight. The Nuggets were up by 23 at one point. They're up 20 after one. They give the lead back. They look like they're going to give the game away. Jamal Murray is 6 for 21 through three quarters, and in the fourth quarter, he was money.
Yeah, he was money, and the whole team was money. Look, you're down by 10 with just under 4 minutes to go. You go on a 14-3 run to take the lead, and then it was just elite shot making by honestly both teams down the stretch, but a little bit more by the Nuggets. This is look, you go to Sacramento, you might get a game like this because of how good both of these offenses are. How are you going to execute through the clutch when it's winning time? And the Nuggets were really, really good in that area.
Absolute chaos. You know, I tweeted earlier the Nuggets usually thrive in chaos. Well, at the end of the night,
chaos.
They thrived in chaos. Jamal Murray proving to be the hero tonight. A game-high 28 points for the Denver Nuggets. He is with our Scott Hastings.
Hey, how do you do that? You struggled shooting just a little bit, and all of a sudden that fourth quarter, 15 points, 5 of 7, and you got it going. And you were hurting a little bit.
I was. You got to stay with it, you know. I think I missed 4 or 5 good ones in a row. I just kept shooting. I know the next, I think 5 or 6 went in. So just got to stay with it, stay aggressive. You know, our team is playing great on both ends tonight. So, you know, the shot at the end was great, but I'm glad we got the dub.
You guys are great in that first quarter, struggled in the second 30. What does it say about this team? You never really got out of it, and you never quit.
I just think we're starting to find our rhythm. You know, over the last couple games, we've been better defensively for most of the game. And just trying to have better starts from each quarter to each half, and I think we did that tonight.
You get ready for the holiday season. Everything's coming up. This time for the Nuggets team to get back on the beam.
Yeah, for sure. We're trying to use this time, use the energy from all the crowds to kind of fuel ourselves, you know what I'm saying? So we knew that if we won today, we'd be third seed, and that motivated us tonight. So that's why we came out with the intensity that we did. So hopefully we can carry that into the next game on this road trip.
The last thing about teammate Hunter Tice, who got pushed in this game, I thought he was real active for you guys.
For sure. I think all our young guys were. I think Peyton was great on defense. Julian got to go on offense, and Hunter's doing anything. He's finding his rhythm. So I'm happy for our guys. We're going to need him down the stretch.
Yeah, good win. Good win. That's
to watch that unfold. And you want a crazy stat?
Yep.
In the final minute of this game, final hectic 60 seconds, we saw 6 lead changes. 6! Back and forth they went. At one point, you're like, I was too dizzy. I was writing down numbers. I couldn't even follow the game.
I don't even know how you sorted out all the highlights, to be honest with you. You're right. This had everything that you could want in a basketball game. All the points in the whole wide world. Great shot making in the fourth quarter. Look, two teams that took punches from the other. I mean, the Nuggets came out, looked like they were going to blow Sacramento right on out of their own building. Sacramento punched back, took leads of their own before the Nuggets were able to kind of calm themselves down in the midst of the storm of everything that was happening and execute their way to a win.
Well, a win that was much deserved given the fact that they were up by 23 points in the second quarter. And by the way, a streak is kept alive tonight. The Nuggets are now 9-0 in games in which they've led after the first quarter. And at that point, they're up 20. You're like, okay, they got this.
Fine.
And then things just changed. And then they changed right back. They were down 9 late.
Yep.
How did they crawl back into it?
Yeah, just, they got just a kind of a series of stops. Jamal Murray was kind of in the middle of this as well. Got a couple of stops on DeMar DeRozan in the paint, in the lane. De'Aaron Fox as well, just missing some short shots. And then it just allowed the Nuggets to be able to come back and make shots of their own to get back in this game. And so, like, when you are down by 10 and then you are up by 1 in about a 3-minute span, now it's just about seeing this game through. And this is how this game ended up, Vic. And that's one big shot there by De'Aaron Fox.
And here's DeRozan going baseline for the dunk. That put him up by 1. Less than 30 seconds to play. You know who's getting it here. 2-man game, right? 2-man game.
Yeah, dribble handoff, re-screen action. Get it again. Look at that. Let me just tell you how hard that is to guard, defend. It's so much screening that you got to get through as a defender. And finally, Jamal Murray hits that shot. And then this, wow, he just fumbles the ball.
Lost the ball. DeRozan at the buzzer. Couldn't make it. And the Nuggets find a way to get a W in a game that looked like it was out of reach late. but they win their third straight, much deserved. And you hope a game like this, we heard from Jamal Murray, and he was jubilant, and he looked confident again.
Yeah.
You hope that kind of finish helps him regain that confidence moving forward.
Yeah, so he said something with Scotty that was interesting, which was he thinks that this team is rounding right into form. And I don't think I would argue with him. I mean, I think we started off this entire night saying that, are we worried about Jamal Murray? No. And this is just exactly what I was talking about at the beginning of the game, because what he has shown us in his history is that he continues to get better over the course of a basketball season. He was great, and I think the team itself, from a standpoint of coming back, being able to do this on a road in a venue where, quite frankly, there's not been a ton of success there for the Nuggets. I think this can be a real good foundation point for them going forward.
Let's go all in with the Ball Corporation. Jamal Murray was definitely all in tonight. Again, he was struggling. He was 6 for 21. He couldn't find a shot. He couldn't find anything. And then the fourth quarter came around, and it all changed. He saw one go in, then he started getting jumper after jumper, made himself into the warrior that we're used to seeing.
Yeah, you know, the interesting thing about Jamal Murray's game tonight was the first and fourth quarters. He was a combined 9 of 14. So I shot it really well right at the beginning, 4 for 7, and then right at the end, 5 for 7. And then the middle quarters was where the missed shots really were coming from him. So I think Jamal, look, the start was really good. The finish was really good. The result of it all is really good. And I think he'll take whatever happened in the middle two quarters.
At the end of the day, 1-point win, 30-point win, it's a win. Yeah. And it really doesn't matter. Plenty more in store here on Nuggets Post-Game Live. That's right, Clutch Jamal Murray tonight. Playing like the Jamal we've known and loved. Crazy game for all to watch. We'll hear from the coach when we come back.
Coach, can you just kind of take us through your emotions throughout that game, how you started versus how kind of the second and third quarter went, and then the fourth quarter for you guys?
Yeah, that was a tale of a lot of different quarters, to your point. And as I just told our team, Katie, the team in the first quarter and fourth quarter is who we need to be. I mean, our defense was outstanding in both of those quarters. And you know when you build a 23-point lead in the first half, the other team's going to get desperate. They're going to make a run. But you have to be able to shut that run off. And that carried over into the third quarter. And all they were doing was just getting it out, miss turnover, and running the ball down our throat. And we didn't have a lot of resistance for a while. But I have to give our guys a lot of credit to close, I think, on a 21-10 run and to win this game by 1 point when we easily could have just given up and let go of the rope. Our guys didn't do that. They haven't done that the whole season. Jamal Murray got going in the fourth quarter. Obviously, he had 15 points overall in that quarter, but he had 9 decisive points in that 21-10 run to close. So let's not be a two-quarter team. You know, if we want to be a great team, if we want to be a team that's going to try to make some noise in this league, we can't try to play for 2 quarters. We got away with it tonight, but we have to be better.
Talking about Jamal, are you guys saying anything to him throughout the game where he's having stretches where he's not making anything and then he finds his rhythm and gets going?
Yeah, stay with it. I mean, it's, you know, Jamal is out there. He's fighting, you know. He did a lot of good things tonight, 6 assists, only 1 turnover, but we need Jamal. Like we need Jamal Murray to get going. He knows that. We know that. So if he's not shooting the ball well, if he's taking the right shots, if he's defending, if he's making good decisions, then it's just stay with it because we know what he's capable of. And one of the coaches made an interesting point after tonight's game. Very similar time of year. Portland game, coming back from his ACL. And from that point on, Jamal Murray was the Jamal Murray that we've all come to love. And maybe tonight's the game that can get Jamal going. To have a 15-point fourth quarter for a really important road win against a team that had us on the ropes, and Jamal helped get us off those ropes and lead us to a win. So hopefully this can be a boost to his confidence and his overall spirit.
A number of things happened. Obviously, Murray was great. But again, what do you say about guys like Hunter Tyson has a career high tonight, 7 points, but I thought he was actually Peyton Watson, I thought was real good for you guys also. What do you say about those guys that maybe aren't a household name every day, but come in and really helped you guys win this game?
Well, to your point, you know, Hunter was our defensive player of the game. You know, I thought he did a great job. And why do I say that? Because he had great discipline, great effort. He's a tough kid. That kid's never going to back down from anything. So he went into the fray. A lot of guys can get rebounds on the periphery. Hunter Tyson's a guy that goes in there in the fray and is not afraid to mix it up. I love that about him, and I wanted to reward his effort because he's a guy that's been biding his time. CB is out. He gets an opportunity to play, and I thought Hunter, Julian, Peyton, as you mentioned, Scott, were all really important with this win tonight. And it's not always Nikola, it's not always Jamal. We expect greatness from them, but the other guys are just as important, if not more, at times.